So the Labour manifesto says very clearly, there will be no return to the single market, the customs union or freedom of movement. Couldn't be clearer. However, I think in the wake of the budget, we are all alive to the fact that just because somebody says something in a manifesto doesn't mean that you won't end up with a government with a lot of weasel words. So what we got with the budget, after Rachel Reeves was faced with accusations of misleading the public, is we've got loads of ministers coming out and saying, oh no, we said we weren't going to raise income tax rates on working people, therefore we haven't broken our manifesto. So this government, just like other governments, I'm not singling out this one for being able to do it, but all governments like to dance on the head of a pin when it suits them. And I say this because words matter. So what have we had this week? We've had the Prime Minister go to the Lady Mayor's banquet at Guildhall in the City and say something that sounds relatively like they're trying to slowly shift the argument. And he said, we have to keep reducing frictions. We have to keep moving towards a closer relationship with the EU. We will have to be grown up about that to accept that this will require trade-offs. And we also learned that his Treasury advisor in number 10, Minouche Shafik, his chief economic advisor, had already floated the idea of returning to the customs union. But when this was brought up by Kemi Badenoch, the leader of the Conservatives in PMQs, he couldn't have been clearer. He said, we have clear red lines in relation to the single market and the customs union. So what do I think is happening here, and what do I think the media should do about it? There is, believe it or not, an argument here about the difference between an indefinite and a definite article. So what Keir Starmer said in PMQs, what Labour says in the manifesto, is we will not rejoin the customs union. The customs union. A definite article. What they haven't said, and what the media absolutely should start to ask them in terms of is this red line too, is whether this government intends to join a customs union as opposed to the customs union.